Alrighty, people. Couple of things going on here. Bit of sangria. Yeah, that's right. Want to talk a couple of things. Do a little rant, particularly based on how change is the answer. The sangria is only about 8%. I don't know if that's normal or not. But anyway, only wimps and snobs worry about cups. Oh, it doesn't look right. It doesn't this, it doesn't that. It just. Why would you drink straight from the bottle? Why wouldn't I? What's the point? You want to wash your cup or you want to stick to your traditions? Is that the way it is, hey? My hair's a little bit crazy. Been in the rain a fair bit today. You know, traditions. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with traditions. People need to have a culture. They need to have a heritage. Otherwise, you just become one of these globalist arseholes whose only god is money, allegiance to nothing, nobody except your own money, and that's rather dangerous. No estoy borracho. It's very interesting that so many people have troubles with a lot of things, and I've been doing a little bit of thinking about all this. And that's why I would have entitled this, Change is the Answer. See, everybody's stuck to doing things a set way, and while these things ain't tradition, they stick with certain norms. Like not drinking sangria direct from the bottle, because it doesn't look right. They stick with a bunch of other things. Like living on grid. Like jumping into relationships for love, and after 12 to 24 months, it is well known that the chemical, the love chemical inside the brain, restabilizes itself back to normal and they fall out of love. And so many people, relationship goes for a year, 2 years, and it's all over. There's a guy who, I was reading a comment the other day on something, and he said, is it just me or is there something seriously wrong with this idea of just having your whole life just 1 to 2 year relationships over and over and over? Like, where is this leading? And the answer is it's leading to wiping out white people. We miss so much of what other cultures knew about male-female relations, about love, and how that a relationship is so much more than just that. In fact, if it's only love alone, it'll die in 1 year to 2 years. And people get frustrated. Why the fuck am I not getting married? Like a girl I know said to me, I'm sick of going to everyone else's wedding. When's my wedding going to be? This girl was living with an ex-boyfriend who she had broken up with, but they're still living in the same house, and he was going to move out at one point, and then he had like a damn near suicidal thoughts because he might have to actually leave her, even though they've technically been broken up for 5 years. Better. How come I'm not getting married? When am I going to get... Look what you're doing to yourself. Same with all these people. They buy every fucking thing advertised to them. They get a credit card to pay for it all. Oh, how come I'm not getting anywhere? I'm not making any money. I just work and I got no money. Because you spend it on shit. You know? Oh, well, the cost of living is so high, even if I don't spend it... Off-grid, people. Off-grid. Live within your means, you know? Try something different, a compromise. I talk to people about living off-grid sometimes. Oh, well, will I have enough money for a TV, like enough power to run a TV? Will I have this? Will I have that? None of them want to compromise. They don't even want to get it cheap. You can buy them brand new for like $300, $350. A cheap potbelly stove to heat the house from wood. They want no compromise. Nothing. Everything's got to be inch for inch. I've got to go out with the same guys that I went out before. But marriage is all about love, so we fall in love. We don't run too well practically together. We've done no maths. We've done no planning for the future. He says he wants kids one day, and 6 months later he doesn't want kids. No, it's all wishy-washy. Why aren't I getting married? I know a girl who would love to be a mother and get married. She's stuck in that same thing herself. And if you know what hit the wall means, she sort of hit the wall recently too. At fucking 29. Fuck. Very prettier in the younger years, but like they say, the candle that burns twice as bright only burns half as long. Some of this affects Spanish girls as well, particularly Brazilian girls who in fact are Portuguese. But that's a whole nother story. The fact is that so few people are willing to have any change. They've got to do everything by the book. And then they fucking bitch and moan when they get the same results as by the book. I know a lot of people who spend half an hour every night doing dishes. For what? What for? What's the point? I get 80 paper plates for $5. What's the point? One guy said to me, "Oh, you're eating off paper plates, next thing you'll be living like the Aboriginals." I felt like saying to him, well, at least I don't have to go to work like you. No change. No compromise. I want to do everything the same way I've already done it, but I want everything to be different. Well, guess what happens? You stick your fucking... I got these little spiders around here, wolf spiders. They dig holes in the ground. You stick your finger in a wolf spider hole and it bites you. I didn't want that to happen. That's not meant to be like this. How can my life change and it's different? You stuck your finger in a hole that has a spider living in it. What did you fucking expect? Oh, well, I just want the money to fall out the sky. What do you mean I got to light a wood heater at night? What do you mean I got to look at relationships different? What do you mean I got to lose some weight, have a haircut, buy some clothes and be more fashionable before the girls will look at me? I need to add a bit more hair before they look at me. But this is the whole thing. What do you mean I gotta get more qualifications, go back to university, which I might be, to get a better job? What do you mean I gotta retrain? I was always in the manufacturing industry. Well, it's all going to China now. Oh, but I just want to stay on $1,200, $1,400 a week and do what I want. Times change. You know what the answer is? The answer is to change. If you want things to be different, you have to change. But everybody's so... Oh, no, I get home, I watch TV, I have me little fucking chocolate thingies, I do this, you know, fucking blah, 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 then I go back and I don't want to have to wear cheap socks, I don't want to have to eat tin food, I don't want to have to light a wood heater, but I just want everything to be fucking 10 times better than everyone. Well, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Nobody seems to get it. But see, before they even get a chance to understand it, they're in denial about it. They don't want to change an inch, but they want it to change. And nobody can see, how's it going to change? How's anything going to happen? Unless you have a change here, there's not going to be change here. If you keep everything the same here, it's going to be different here. You got to have one change to induce another change. And people just do not want to get it through their thick fucking heads. From people that I talk to about living off grid, to people I come across in everyday life, to people bitching that they're not fucking paid enough, who then go and do the job so badly, it's just like, dude, you don't even give a fuck about how pride in your work. You got no pride in your work, you don't give a fuck about how good it's done, you do a shit job of what you're meant to be doing as a job, and then you bitch that you're underappreciated. Well, do a fucking good job, and you'll get appreciated, and then maybe you can quit jobs and go to another job and keep the other job because you're good at your job. But when you're shit at your job, don't bitch about the pay, you know? All I'm hearing is a lot of bitching pricks who aren't willing to change an inch. And I'm here to tell you that change is the answer you need to get somewhere in your damn life. I'm not saying that I haven't had it easy enough, but there's a lot of people who take to living in vans. People who worked out they can live as a housemate. People who worked out that maybe they can live further away and commute into work, or maybe they can live part-time in a van and own a property that's further out somewhere else in a growing city, and then after a number of years get a job in that growing city, or if it takes a lot to get a job in that city, keep looking for one until you get one there. But for the meantime, work where there is work. But at the end of the day, all these cities, they all grow. At least in Australia they do. You know, there's just... You got to be willing to take a fucking slight knock in the nuts to get somewhere. Whether it's in your relationships, whether it's... You know, but everybody... I'm just surprised really at how much people just continue on in the same rut, round and round and round and round in a circle. And some of them, they would be willing to compromise, but they don't know what they've got to compromise on. They haven't sat down and analysed where the fuck they're going wrong, and it takes a real third-party perspective on your life to be able to do that at times. But they haven't analysed where they've gone wrong to know where they've got to change. And you really need maybe to take advice from other people, not people close to you, but other people who are successful people, who are insightful people, who can tell you what you need to change to enact that change. And there's just so many, I see it with girls, you know, same old fucking merry-go-round, same old bullshit, same old, why am I not getting married? Why am I not getting something? Well, love, there's something you're doing fucking wrong here. You need to sit down, work out what you're doing wrong, and take the compromise or make the change for things to get better. Same with your job. You got to sit down, work out what you've done wrong, how you can improve it, what you can change or compromise on to get somewhere. You know, and sometimes this is the trouble of self-reflection. I think a lot, particularly with people getting married, it's a lot of self-reflection that they're just not capable of to be able to look at themselves from a third-party perspective. And, you know, it's I didn't say it was easy, you know, but yeah. But anyway, that's my little not drunk rant. But something that I've had in my mind a bit. And in this series, you might see a few bits and pieces extending to what I've talked about.